Hello and welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about a video that McDowell, Drama and Opinions made regarding Chris Hansen. The title of that video is called Chris Hansen Promoted a Scam. In that video, McDowell is going over a live stream that Chris Hansen recently did about coronavirus. And I wanted to talk about that. I personally didn't watch the live stream when it was, live. I just saw the notification and was like, oh, cool, look, Chris Hansen is spreading awareness. Good. But I didn't watch it. So I watched the video yesterday, and yeah, I see why people are mad at Chris Hansen. One of the things that really stood out to me in the live stream is the following clip. Take a look.
How do we prevent this? How do we sanitize? How do we clean an airplane, a hospital, a school, a subway, a bus, an Uber car, wherever? How do we prevent this from spreading? And obviously we talk about sanitizers and wipes, and if it's got alcohol in it, it's 99% effective. Dr. Migliata, you actually are medical director for a firm that has technology that's called nano vapor biotech. Tell me what that is. How does it apply to this pandemic?
So, as you know, many household cleaners are quite good at killing various microbes, whether they bacteria, fungus, or viruses such as the COVID virus. The issue is that once you've cleaned, if someone touches that surface 5 seconds later, or a minute or an hour later, you've infected that same surface. The good news is that our company, Nanovapor Biotech, has come up with a solution. We have a non-toxic, water-based, no residue product that can be applied to any surface. And not only does it immediately kill the virus, but incredibly, our research is showing that it will kill the virus that comes into contact with that surface for up to 70 to 90 days.
70 to 90 days.
So, and those spikes can stay into place for months and years. Again, this is perfectly safe. You can even put this on your hands, and your hands would kill the virus for up to 24 hours. So it's a very safe product that was used for another purpose in the past for the aviation industry and cleaning out tanks and taking out vapors to keep their workers safe, that we're finding is very effective based on our research onto human and canine dog coronavirus at killing them, which is pretty amazing.
So here, Dr. Maurizio is claiming that this product that they are talking about here, the product which is produced by the company called Nanovapor Biotech, whose clinical medical director is Dr. Maurizio, i.e. he has financial ties to the company. This product, when applied to a surface, can kill the virus for up to 70 days. So for up to 70 days, the viruses will not be on that surface. That is the claim. It's false. Just want to get that out of the way. The doctor also says that this product is FDA approved, and it might be FDA approved, but it might be FDA approved for, a specific purpose. This product has been used to clean like fuel tanks, so it might be FDA approved for that purpose only, but not for others. It's kind of like a person saying there is no number between 1 and 2. Well, it kind of depends on the context now, right? If you're talking about integers, then yeah, there is no number between 1 and 2. But if you're talking about rational numbers, rational numbers include fractions, then there are plenty of numbers between 1 and 2. I think I made it more complicated than it actually is. Let's take a look at the website of the company itself. This is the front page. This is the first thing that you see. You can clearly see the way that it's trying to market itself. It's talking about the pandemic, and there's only one pandemic that comes to mind. Nanovapor Biotech is a Texas-based nanotechnology company that offers a revolutionary, environmentally safe disinfection microbial suppression system that will have an immediate and positive impact on global health as it relates to mitigating and preventing the spread of disease. MSS not only eliminates viruses, including coronavirus, that's the claim here, eliminates viruses, that's first claim. The second claim is including coronavirus, remember that, bacteria, fungi, and mold, but also provides a continuous and long-lasting protection from these pathogens. So you can see through the language that they're using that they're trying to market it as preventing the spread of coronavirus. You can see it. So in the live stream, Dr. Maurizio was talking about how this product kills the virus for up to 70 days. And he says that there's plenty of research to show that it does. So I looked up the case studies section of the website, and you might think that for a claim like this, there has to be plenty of research to show that this product does what it does, because it's a substantial claim here. So you might think that there are plenty of studies to show that, hey, this product is effective. But nope, there's only just one study. You might ask, oh, which scientific journal was it published in? Nope, it wasn't. Is it a peer-reviewed study? No, it's not. Which lab was this study taking place in? No idea. And if you look at this is amazing. This is the study, and take a look at the right-hand corner of the study. Yes, there are 2 ads here. 2 ads. And if you look at the tab in which this PDF is open, you can see that it's kind of glitching, it says new messages, and if these ads and this glitching of the title of the tab does not scream scam to you, then I don't think you've been on the internet. Okay, so let's look at the study itself, okay? This study was done by an unknown lab in June of 2019. This was before we even knew about the coronavirus. This was before coronavirus even existed. So their claim on the website saying that this reduces the number of viruses, including coronavirus, is just false. There is no study to show it. Quite literally on their Twitter page, it says coronavirus killer, and there is no evidence for it. There is no evidence for it. Okay, so let's go through the study. Essentially, the test was, and you can read this online, okay? It's on their website. Essentially, what they did was, in the medical clinic, they collected samples from areas such as the waiting room chair, exam room bed, stuff like that. They took samples from each of that area and tested for the microbial count. And then they apply the disinfectant and then collect the sample again after 70 days. And in the study itself, it shows that, hey, the count did reduce. You can look up the numbers yourself. It did reduce substantially the microbial count. However, if you look at what specific organisms that they were testing for, they didn't test for any viruses. They tested for bacteria, they tested for multiple fungi such as candida, they tested for E. coli, but they didn't test for viruses. So even if you say, hey, they might not have tested it for coronavirus, but they might have tested it for other viruses, no, they didn't. They only tested for bacteria and fungi. So their claim of saying that this reduces the number of viruses on the website, that's also false. Not just the fact that, including coronavirus, that part is false. No, the viruses part itself is fucking false. And in Chris Hansen's live stream, the doctor says that there is substantial research to prove that it does kill the coronavirus. He uses the term, it kills the coronavirus, and there's no research that it does. There's no research to support that it does. Man, Chris Hansen really should have done more research into this guy. And Chris Hansen cannot claim that he had no idea that this doctor was linked with this company. He says it himself. So he cannot claim that he had no idea that this guy was linked with this company. He really should have done more research. It took me just a few clicks to know that it's a scam. It's a total scam. Another thing that really kind of stood out to me on their website was their address, their contact address that they put on their website. I put that address on Google Maps, and this is what shows up. A parking lot. A fucking parking lot. Is this a joke? Is this a joke? Come on. Now, I will say one thing about the video that McDowell did on this topic. In the video that McDowell did, she doesn't explicitly says this, but she implicitly implies that this is a product that they were selling to the general public. I have seen no evidence of that on their website. I have seen no evidence of that in the live stream itself. There's no evidence to show that they were planning to sell this to general public. In the Chris Hansen's live stream, Chris doesn't explicitly says this or implicitly implies it. The doctor doesn't explicitly says it or implicitly implies it as well. For instance, the examples that they used were of hospitals, subway stations, schools, buses. They didn't use the examples of homes, kitchens, bathrooms, stuff like that, So, yeah, I don't know. Is it possible that they were actually planning to sell this to general public? It is possible, but again, there seems to be no evidence of it. I really do think that Chris Hansen should do better, and I even think that, Chris Hansen shouldn't do a weekly live stream, He should only do a live stream when he is interviewing the victims or if he has some important information to give. But those are my thoughts. Chris Hansen should really do better than this because this is obviously a scam. Anyone can see it. The doctor has a financial interest in that company. The company's website just shows one study to prove their enormous claims. It wasn't a peer-reviewed study. It wasn't published in a scientific journal. Which lab was it tested in? We have no idea. Come on, this screams scam. And literally, when you look at the PDF version of it, you see ads. And there are ads. And the fucking title of the tab glitches. Come on, this is a scam. If it really was this effective, then why isn't it being used worldwide? Why isn't it in the mainstream at this point? Fucking everybody's talking about coronavirus at this point. If it really is such a miraculous thing, then why isn't everybody on mainstream media talking about it, I was kind of disappointed in Chris Hansen. I understand that, this wasn't a product that was being sold to the general public. This wasn't a consumer good. But still, we don't really need false information during a pandemic now, do we? And Chris Hansen gave this person a platform, which this person then used to spread misinformation by just looking at the website and looking at the research that was provided on that website. You can see that, hey, this is a scam. And they even use the live stream that Chris Hansen had to promote their product. And this is a scam. Even if, it doesn't affect the consumers, still it's a scam. So I was kind of disappointed. But then I saw this on Twitter. McDowell posts about her new video. And Chris Hansen responds to it by saying, "Mostly I agree with and respect your drama and opinions. On this, you're off base. This was a show with two doctors on the front line of the crisis. A potentially helpful technology was discussed. A link was provided. No financial interest in this." Now, it's kind of interesting that Chris Hansen used the word financial interest because McDowell never used the word financial interest in her video. She never used it. I'm the one using it. And I'm not saying that Chris Hansen has something to gain. I'm saying that the doctor had something to gain because he was literally the medical director of that company. Obviously, he will have something to gain if the company makes more money. McDowell responds to this by saying, "These are the microbes the product was tested on. I don't spot any viruses on the list, so I don't know how this test can show that this is a solution to COVID-19. I'll really appreciate some clarification if possible. Thanks so much in advance." And Chris Hansen never responded to this. Chris Hansen then says, "One of the documents is also the medical directory of the company, which was disclosed, not a consumer product. For hospitals, jetliners, etc. Focus on solutions, educate. That's what I'll be trying to do." And then Josh Pescatore says, "I understand the product is not for consumers, but why present it to your Onision audience? You don't comment on other YouTuber research/videos if it doesn't jive with your grift. Onision has been interviewed and not a word about it from you. Your employees dox and harass, but no word." Okay, ignore that last part by Josh Pescatore. I do have that question of why did Chris Hansen present this to his wide audience, And he might say, well, it's to educate, right? Like, we're just discussing a potential solution, a potential technology that might be able to help us. But as we have seen in that website, it does seem like a scam. So why would you discuss a scam? So this person says, "You're an influential person, Mr. Hansen, and some people are really scared." Yeah, some people are really, really scared. I legit had a fucking breakdown on my channel. That video is still up, by the way, of me having a literal breakdown over coronavirus. So yeah, I would say, yeah, some people are really scared of coronavirus and don't really need this misinformation. And Chris Hansen responds to it by saying, "Which is why I had 2 doctors on, and we'll have more next week, including frontline first responders. So I'm wondering, why would anyone make a cheap shot video about a reporter doing his job?" Oh my God. Oh my God. He is calling out McDowell and saying that it's a cheap shot video. She legit provides every evidence for it. Whenever she says something, she provides evidence for it. And he is saying that it's a cheap shot video? And McDowell, being McDowell, responds to this by saying, "I apologize if you felt like I was taking shots at you. I really wasn't, and said as much in the video, but I understand it can seem that way. And for that, I'm sorry." She is so much better than me. Oh my God, I would flip out if somebody did that to me on Twitter. Oh my God, I would flip out. And about Chris Hansen saying, "Hey, these are doctors and know what they're talking about, and we should listen to them." I would say to that, well, I can find you doctors that say vaccines are bad for you. What's my point? My point is, it doesn't really matter what one doctor says or thinks. What matters is the scientific consensus. There are doctors that think that vaccines are bad for you. There are scientists that think that climate change is not happening. What they think doesn't matter, because what matters is the overall scientific and medical consensus. Does that make sense? This person says, "Since when does Chris Hansen respond to videos made about him or to people on Twitter? Am I the only one who thinks this doesn't even sound like him?" That's a good question. I mean, we don't really know now, do we? Is this real Chris Hansen talking, or is this just someone who manages the account? We have no idea. So I guess we'll just have to wait till next week to get some more clarification on this, I guess. I don't really know. That's all that I have for this video, guys. Like this video if you liked it. Comment your thoughts down below about what you think about this. Subscribe for more videos. I have a really good video coming up tomorrow or day after tomorrow. about TikTok and how they discriminate against people who are quote unquote ugly. So yeah, subscribe if you want to see that video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day today. Do not touch your face, wash your hands, stay safe, okay? And yeah, have a good day.